Yo, what up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. I am back with another live stream. I know it's been 2 weeks since I saw you guys, or since you guys saw me, rather. I don't know what some of you guys look like, but welcome back. And before we get started, we're going to play some music real quick. Let's make sure that this is all going all right. Make sure I hear that. And who we have in the chat. Manette is here. Hello, Manette. Mark of Art. Good evening, people. I hope you didn't get up too early, Mark. Hopefully the daylight savings saved you a little bit. And then Kathy says, salutations, Miss y'all. Hello, Joe McFo fam. Excellent. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming on. So last time on the stream, we did that big 50th reveal of all the story stuff, and we talked about the different merch. We talked about the website, the Discord, all this different stuff. So anything that you guys want to talk about is fair game. I'm more willing to answer story-related questions now, although some of them I'm still going to keep kind of under wraps. But one thing I did want to share with you guys really quickly, I made some updates to the store. So if you go to shadow.boxers.com, you'll notice that we have our merch store and we got some new shirts. We have this cool Javen breakdance shirt. We still have this Atana one. And then we also got Kayla on her hoverboard, Ishnu, and we got an Aletha mask shirt I just put out like literally 10 minutes ago. So if you want to do that, then please go on over to shadow-boxers.com and you can get your merch. All right. So the other thing is this was the last update we had on Zalam. I worked on him a bit since closing out the stream just to clean up some of it, but I figured you guys would want to see how he turned out. And I think he came out pretty good. There's like one issue I want to resolve here with the bottom of the jacket, but this is our boy. So we designed him from the ground up for like the last 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. And I'm very happy with this. And we're going to see him quite a bit, especially in the first season of Shadowboxers. I have to figure out where he's going to come in later on, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, so you guys saw the title of the stream is going to be drawing your Shadowboxers ideas. So with the story stuff in mind that we talked about, I want to know, what is it that you guys want me to draw? I personally would like to do some character interactions because I don't have a lot of those. I have a lot of like one-off drawings of like Javen doing something or Ishnu or whatever, but we don't see the characters interacting that much. I know I did one of Atana doing Kayla's hair, but I really want to see what you guys have in mind. So do you guys want to see, Javen being trained by Ishnu? Do you want Atana and Javen to be arguing? Do you want Kayla to be drinking a smoothie upside down on her hoverboard? Like, what do you guys want to do? And yeah, so just let me know in the comments. Christian is here. Hey, y'all. What's up, man? Thank you for coming on. Thank you for the support. And then Kathy, I echo these sentiments. Thank you all so much for supporting us through the store. Yes, several of you guys have actually bought some merch already, and it's super exciting to see you guys pop up. And it's really, really exciting. It really warms my heart that you guys care enough about me, about my crew, Megan and Kathy, and Shadowboxers, the project as a whole. So I promise that it's going to be worth your while. Daylight savings saved me an hour, but my body is still used to 4 a.m. torture. The torture part is waking up early, not your stream, just to be clear. Well, thank you. I would imagine if it was something like my stream being torturous, then you probably wouldn't watch. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some loose sketching in. I have this thought of doing like Ishnu training Javen and like kind of whacking him maybe over the head like Rafiki style. So matter of fact, let me see if I can find an image of like Rafiki and Simba, because that is like the quintessential training grounds right here. Like, is he gonna whack him? Yeah, here we go. Let me see. Look at his face. That's great. None of these have the exact frame that I want, but maybe something like this will work. But again, I want to take your ideas. So this is the first one that came to my mind, but I'm willing to switch ideas at any point. So let's do Ishnu and Javen. So let's see how we start this. Let's get their height chart out. Let's start with that. Always want to have the reference, character pages, current lineup. I actually have to update this now because now Zalam is in the crew. And so, yeah, there's going to be another person on this list. I don't know if there's enough room for him, though. was starting to get really long and like excessive. But it's fine. They're all my kids. They deserve love. They all deserve love. So how was everyone's week? What you guys been up to since I was away? I got so much cool stuff at Lightbox. I was really excited about it. And I spent a lot more money than I anticipated spending. Maybe it needs to be in the action of actually hitting. So maybe, how do I do this? Well, let's just drop the stick figure. He's going to be, I was hit in the head. I pushed my head down. I'm just going to mimic Simba's pose. It's not going to be exactly the same because Simba is a lion and Javen is human. Just back him up a bit. Megan says cipher interactions. Yes, exactly. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this. All right. So I'll be honest, guys. I have not drawn today. I've been doing some other stuff. So I don't know how crisp some of my drawings are going to come out today. So I think I'm just going to keep it relatively loose and sketchy. Yeah, this is one of those weeks where it's like, ugh. How can I do this? I almost have to mimic the pose myself. Let's see. Whacking staff on something. Oh, okay. That's not terrible. It's a little bit more action packed. Let's see. All right, so let's get this. I think Javen should probably be like going, ow. Maybe Ishni's head is actually closer to like this. I might have to back him up a bit. I don't know what we're allowed to say about what's in the script, so I won't go into more detail, but yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome if we could share more, but in due time. I want to see Ishnu and Kayla just drinking smoothies and vibing. Oh, that's not a bad one. Okay, we could do that. My week has been full of sculpting, painting, fundamentals. Why is art so hard? Why can't I stop? I think we all just kind of like to semi-torture ourselves with art because it's definitely difficult. Like anyone who says art is easy is not an artist. In my opinion, like they haven't truly been through the trenches, yeah, it's just one of those things. I think it's more emotionally taxing than anything because there's so much that goes into it. There really is. Let's see, I want to give him trying to like mimic the pose that he's doing, like tilted head, so his shoulder might be up here. Wait, would he be like that? I guess so. So if that's down, this be this way. Bam. Let's push this to the side. All right. Let's see what happens when we get a little bit cleaner. Just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get Javen's face right here. Let's look at Simba for reference. Simba's probably, Javen needs to be looking a little bit more to Ishnu, I think. Also want to give a shout out to Kathy and Megan who were on the stream last time. And I know that they were super excited to meet you guys and be on. And so I want to thank them. They're both here in the chat. So thank you guys so much for being a part of my team. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. All right. So Javen, torso is probably a little long right here, but that's okay. These are just real quick. If these turn out well enough, maybe I'll put these in some sort of like art book or sketchbook or something. I'm thinking of having like a Shadowboxer scrapbook where it's like all my random sketches for these characters, like from streams and stuff like that. Maybe you guys could gain something out of it. I don't know. Let's see. Can Javen be practicing fighting with his dad like a training session? Oh, that's a great idea. I think that art isn't as fun as it is satisfying. Sure, sometimes it's fun, but it's not the real drive that makes people create, in my opinion. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is art really satisfying? Well, art is definitely satisfying. I think it can be fun. Like, I have fun doing this, but there's definitely, I think the better you get or the more you improve, the harder it is to have fun sometimes. Like, I know a lot of artists who love what they do, but they end up quitting the industry because it's sucking out all the life out of them and all the enjoyment out of what they do, which is very sad. But I can understand it. Like, when you're, like even people who worked on Spider-Verse. And, I should take 2 sips of water because I forgot I'm rocking a Spidey shirt. So I'll take 2. That was 1 and 2. So yeah, the people who worked on that movie, like, a lot of them I think were heavily discouraged afterwards. I've heard stories about how tough it was for them mentally to work on a film that was that challenging. And I don't think it even quit art necessarily, but I also don't know for sure. Here, you know what? Before I forget, let me write down the suggestions you guys had. So, Ishnu and Kayla chilling with smoothies. Javen and Asim training sesh. I really like that idea a lot, especially. We do need more dad Asim content. That is true. Or Ginger still likes to call him Cape Man. Oh, thanks, George. You're welcome. I want to see the crew at Fufu's having lunch like that end credit scene from Avengers 1. Oh, that would be great. That's not going to be done tonight. That's a big image, but that's a great one. Crew at Fufu's. I put 2 capital F's there. Fufu's place. Avengers. That does not spell Avengers. Let me try that again. Let's see. I feel very guilty about going more indie sometimes with people talking about the current contraction of the industry and stuff like that makes me glad. I actually saw something that was saying that I guess there's a possibility that the animation industry or the animation guilds are going to go on strike next year. I don't know how true that is because I'm not part of the animation union, but I have heard that was the case. And that's pretty serious. It's pretty serious. And I think the actors are still on strike, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. Really wild times. All right, so I think his legs are too long here. Right now, I'm trying to capture like the emotion of things. I'm not really super concerned with like the 8-head cannon right now. Okay. And then Ishnu. I feel like I should give him the same expression that Rafiki is making right here on this top right. Just like really happy for no freaking reason. So let's try that. I think it'd be funny. Just like this kooky old man, like, hey, I just smacked you with a stick on the head. Probably the first time we see it, I've ever drawn Ishnu like happy. You just find some sort of sick enjoyment out of it. I might be too happy, actually. Let me back up. I don't know if that's in character for him. I guess he would smile, but he just looks intense, I think. Let's see. Maybe if I had him like frowning, like Boondocks, frowning and laughing at the same time. I don't know if what I said just made sense, but whatever. Okay, part of Ishnu's charm is his giant mustache and hair and goatee. 1, 2, 3. Megan, my favorite part is making something cool or not, then somehow that not being the end because I need to make something else. Yeah, there's always that. There's always that. I agree, Kathy, mostly because since he's the current champion, so it would make sense. Yeah, so yeah, I think we gotta get a training sesh with them. What's a good example of like a mentor-mentee relationship? Like I think of Karate Kid instantly. There's, I mean, like fighting stuff. So what's a good example that we could use for this? And maybe we could just do loose sketches of all this stuff and we can decide what to work on next. Ishnu is 100% chaotic good. Megan says, or sorry, Megan, yeah, he is. Chaotic good, yes. All right, so let's see. Where's that picture here? Let's have the staff kind of cut through his head. Not enough so we don't see Javen's face, but enough where we can tell he's actively being whacked on the head. Yeah, his proportions are going to be off here, so let's make that head just a little smaller. And I don't think I found the right expression for him, admittedly, even yet, so that's okay. Okay, his arm is completely exposed here, so if he's doing this, shoulder's going to be down. So I can give him a neck and shoulders. Might even want to bend this up a little bit. So let me ask you guys, for those of you who watched the last stream 2 weeks ago, what did you guys think? Were you excited about what we mentioned in terms of story stuff? Do you have questions about it? Was it what you expected it to be? I'm very curious to know what your guys' thoughts are, because if you guys liked it, then maybe we can do another stream like that when we're ready to launch like the comic and stuff, and we can do some like more not quite spoilers, but like trailers of what's going to come in the comic, you know, and other future Shadowboxers related content. So let me know what you guys thought. Just Javen respond by telling Ishnu he's short. Maybe that's the reason he got hit in the first place. Morpheus versus Neo for the fight inspo. Oh, that's a great one. I can't believe I didn't even think of that myself. Yes. Star Wars has the Master and Padawan fights. Okay, excellent. You guys are doing great. Love it. So this is why I keep you guys around, because you know, when I'm streaming, it's hard for me to think clearly about certain things. It's hard for me to remember all the stuff that I've seen or watched. So if you guys coming in like, oh yeah, The Matrix. Oh yeah, Star Wars, probably a good idea. All right, so I need Ishnu to look a little bit more chaotic, more of that chaotic good that Megan was talking about. So let's see, how can we? Let's start with opening his eyes a bit. Let's see. Okay, how can we get this to look more interesting? Let's put some clothes on Javen. Soften this. Density is not where I want it to be. There we go. Okay, just soften that up. Let's get Javen some proper clothes. So I got some Sean Galloway books and some Steven Silver books for character design. I can't wait to read through those because they have a lot of really good stuff that I didn't know about, or better ways of explaining things than I ever thought, especially when it comes to shape language. I really respect those two artists for what they're able to do. And one of the main things that they're both incredible at, they do them in different ways, but they're both incredible at, is the straights versus curves. Like they really know how to exaggerate things to make them feel alive, more fluid. So I'm definitely going to be studying up on those guys. And hopefully I can incorporate that into some of my work here. I also got this comic by John Lamb that I'm really excited about. The style of it is really, really nice. He has this way. His comics look like they're animated, but he draws with the thickness and the line variation of a comic book, which I think is really good because I want to try experimenting with that because for Shadowboxers, as you guys know, the goal is ultimately to have an animated show. But the reason, I have these thin lines is because for animation, it's usually a lot more, it's a lot easier to work with that. And the reason for it is because when you're having a bunch of artists working on something, the thinner the lines, or the more consistent the lines are, the better. But if you're looking at a comic, you just have what's on the page to rely on. And so you can change up the rules like whenever you feel like it. And definitely want to take advantage of that since we are going to be doing a comic version of this story. Yes, I like it when creators give lore to their world. Please do more when you make the comic. Of course, I will totally do that. There's so much I wanted to tell you guys, and I was even debating during the stream if I wanted to say certain things, but I was like, I can't. I just can't because it's going to reveal too much, and I want there to be some surprises. Manette says, I really enjoyed the stream. It was fun to get more info and see how excited everyone is about the story and characters. Yes. All right. We're 2 for 2. Thank you, Manette. Thank you, Neftali. Yeah, that's really encouraging for not just me, but I'm sure Kathy and Megan as well. So yeah, you guys are giving some good, encouraging, inspiring words for us tonight. Because look, being an artist is tough. Being an artist is really, really tough sometimes. And yeah, but trust me when I say Shadowboxers is going to go places. Mark my words. Mark my words. And you guys will be amongst the first, or you guys will be able to say I was amongst the first of the Shadowboxers community. I was there on those live streams when Jordan had tech issues and his computer shut down because it overheated in California, September, when it was 90 degrees in the house. Y'all remember that. Y'all can watch the stream again. I think it was my second live stream that happened. I was like, I gotta go. I don't know what's going on. All right, so Javen is like, ow. It's like, what the F, man? What the heck? Get his hairline, ear. Yeah. I want to get Ishni more action-packed somehow. But I think this is a good start right here. I think you guys can see the vision. You can see the vision. Could you remind us what the various lights do? Also, Ishnu is green. What does green light do? I did not reveal what green light does in the last stream, but I'll give you some of them. I'm not going to tell you all. So red light, it manipulates gravity. So that's why Kayla is able to fly with her hoverboard. She's able to run really fast. She can make objects levitate and stuff. Yellow, and yes, I'm intentionally skipping colors. Yellow creates visual illusions. So the way it works is, think of it like a low poly 3D model, like with all the lines, and then it just forms into something that looks like the actual image that she or whoever is trying to create. Blue, you're able to create hard and soft substances of light. So that's why Javen, you'll see him, he often will like run on paths of light, or he'll have a slide. Sometimes he has daggers. So think of it like the Green Lantern almost. Ishnu, I'll give you guys Ishnu. Ishnu in green light is basically all about photosynthesis, so he can control, manipulate plants and plant life. So that's one of the reasons he walks with a staff, because he's able to do stuff with it, and it just gives him an advantage whenever he comes into a sticky situation. So that's all you're getting out of me with the light powers. There's still orange and violet, but I'm gonna keep those to myself. The real Shadowboxers were the friends we made along the way. That is the sweetest thing ever. That needs to be like, there needs to be a picture of them all walking to the sunset with that exact phrase on it. Yes, I love it. All right, so let's thicken up some of these sweats here. Yeah. So, how did you guys feel when I mentioned what would happen to Javen's dad at the beginning? Were you guys sad? Were you guys kind of predicting that? So I think I've alluded to it many times in the past about his presence being questionable sometimes, like how often he'll show up. I know Ginger Cell was sad. Gotta give Javen his gloves. The other thing that Javen likes to do with his abilities, he likes to do like parkour stuff and like breakdancing. So he'll use his powers in tandem with that. Like he'll just be like jumping up on roofs and buildings and stuff like that. And if he's about to like miss a ledge, he might extend that light. So, set his foot there and he'll jump back up. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Ishnu's got to look more wild. How do I make him look more wild? I guess I can exaggerate his face. Matter of fact, let's lift him up a bit. And I should have selected his mustache too. Maybe he's lifting his head back like, haha, gotcha. How can I get this to be more fluid? Maybe make this more active and complex over here. Maybe make this foot a little bit shorter. Honestly, it wasn't that surprising given that most YA stories, it's necessary for the parents to be absent for stuff to happen. Wow, I never thought of it that way. No, I actually have thought about that, because it's like, think about it, Harry Potter, Star Wars, any Avatar. Yes, I'll drink my water. Any of those types of stories, having kids going on an adventure or young people, it's very inconvenient to have parents. Because parents wouldn't let that stuff happen to their kids in most situations. I think one show that does this really, really well, though, is My Dad, the Bounty Hunter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's a really, really fun show. It's on Netflix, and it has 2 seasons now. But basically, it is what it says. The dad is the bounty hunter, and his 2 kids sneak away on his ship, and he has to go catch like the most dangerous criminal in the galaxy, basically. But it's really fun because it's like, he has to be a dad. He doesn't have enough fuel to get home. But his 2 kids are with him. He wants to keep them safe. And so they really play with those boundaries there. But yeah, it's very inconvenient in most scenarios to have parents and kids doing crazy stuff. Another example of a story that does that well is The Incredibles. I think they really balance that well. But it's not always an easy thing. And in Shadowboxers, that's kind of going to be the case. Although there's a very specific reason why I have Asim gone for a portion of it. There's more story stuff related to it that kind of goes into the lore of it. But yeah, there will be a genuine reason, trust me. Well, that comes down to how the government being run if Asim is not there all the time. I hope his name is spelled right. Yes, you spelled his name right. And that very question is going to be brought up in the storyline itself, because with him being gone, there's going to be the question of should his son, his only son Javen, take over, and what does that look like for a 15-year-old who doesn't really know what he's doing? Will he be trusted? Does he feel capable? Is he strong enough to even withstand the emotional toil that comes with that? So those are going to be questions that are actually asked in the first couple episodes, believe it or not. So yeah, you guys are right there. You get it. All right, so I don't like Ishnu's pose right now. How can we make him more interesting? He just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just his proportions that are messing with me. I don't know. Javen is looking fine though. I like how his pose is turning out. But Ishnu is not. He's not doing what he needs to do right now, unfortunately. Come on, my guy. Maybe I just need to lengthen his arms. Maybe let's back him up a bit. Because his height, let's see. That's why I have this here. So Ishnu's hairline is about where Javid's nose is. So yeah, that's about the right height. So maybe it was just scaled up a little too much. Put his hand here. And I just need a crazy laugh, like think of Stinkmeaner from the Boondocks. Yeah, I need something like this. This is the face of Ishnu right now. That's what I need to create. I don't even think this is official art. I think it is. Yeah, it looks official. Let's see. The emotional toll in the boredom in a bunch of meetings all day. Yes, that's right. I don't want to be in a bunch of meetings all day. That would suck. That would really suck. I don't even like being in hour-long meetings for work. Can you imagine? They actually did that in the Dragon Prince, where one of the characters, I'm not going to say who, but he's on the young side, and he has to sit in meetings as the king, and he's just bored. He's like, yeah, we got to settle this crisis, and oh yeah, there's no clean water, and oh yeah, the cow herd is messing with the pigs, and all this different stuff. And he's just like, please kill me now. Let me slide this over. There we go. Those of you guys who don't know, this is Colonel H. Stinkmeaner. He is one of the funniest characters on the Boondocks and also the most crass. But he has this kind of old, but really snappy, witty character. So it's just really fun to have him. Let me go here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here we go. Just want to get a better look at his eyes, his face. Yeah, let's switch some music real quick. Let's try this one. Who's your pick to voice Ishnu if you could get anyone? Wait, oh, I was actually about to say this, and then Megan wrote it in. We talked about what he would be like if you were voiced by Chappelle. Yeah, that would be hilarious. I would love to see what would happen with Chappelle. Yeah, honestly, I'd never really thought too much about Ishnu's voice in particular. I have a list, I'm sure. Actually, wait, my document's up here. I can go to the list of what I had for Ishnu. If I even had anyone, let's see. Phil Lamar, classic. Dave Chappelle, Jamie Foxx, Cedric the Entertainer. Probably some rappers could do it, maybe Lil Jon or something like that. He has a really fun, unique voice. Yeah. So I don't know. We would have to. I'll have to see. I do know who I would want for some other characters though. Like Javen, I would love to get Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things. I really like the way his voice sounds, and he has a kind of a calmness that I would expect, or like a suaveness that I think Javen would have, but also I know he can, as an actor, really go there emotionally. So I would love to have him in the role. There's others too. I would totally love to see, but I think Caleb is probably my first choice. Atana, I would love to have Samantha Logan voice her. A lot of it, admittedly, is more self indulgent than anything because Atana is based slightly off of Lauryn Hill, especially from the '90s, and like that's kind of why she has the locks. And and I've always liked Lauryn Hill's like slight rasp in her voice. Like she sounds so beautiful, but her voice is a little raspy, and I've always kind of liked that. And I kind of pictured Atana having something along those lines. So yeah, and then for Kayla, I based her off of Rue from Hunger Games initially. I could see Amandla Stenberg voicing her. I could see I think her name is Storm Reed. She plays on uh, Euphoria as Zendaya's little sister. I forget the character's name, but she's a really good actress. Um, and let's see, I think there's more to that one too. Let me see. I wrote a third name, but I can't remember who this is, so I'm not even going to attempt to describe it. Chappelle would be a great pick. Yeah, that would be cool, right? And shadow boxers, are there only shadow monsters, or are there other monsters in the series? She's a good actress. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but yeah, she is. So are there other monsters? That's something that we're debating. Actually, one of the constant things that is asked on the team, because we haven't really done this so much, is like what the animals look like. What them and you know, are they going to be like hybrid animals? Are they going to be brand new creatures? Are they going to just have regular stuff like, giraffes and elephants, but maybe they're more common because this is like this is a Afrofuturistic type project. But do we want to take advantage of the types of animals that you would typically like see in an African landscape? Like I have never walked. I've never taken a walk in the woods here and just come across a giraffe or a zebra or something. So I'm trying to decide how that's going to look. And if you guys have ideas, feel free to let me know. I would be very curious to know what you guys would think. Okay, so he's going to be looking at Javen. It's going to be eye contact there. Yeah, there we go. That looks like the mark of a manic man. Give him this right here. I think his face is probably a little big, actually. So I might have to scale those features down. Yeah. There's a little chaotic good for you. And then, oh yeah, Ishnu, of course, has the earlobes. I remember when I was designing this character, and I was like, how can I make it more interesting? And my friend Ryan was like, you should just just give him giant lobes. And I was like, really? Like, yeah. And we put those in, and it's one of my favorite features about him. It just says like, and the fact that he has them out, he doesn't like wear them anymore, I think is a lot of fun because it kind of makes you like, okay, what made him change his mind? Like clearly he put the time in to make this happen, but maybe there's something, maybe he changed his mind later. Maybe, there's something else involved. I don't know. And by that, I literally mean I don't know. I didn't just like say that as like a as a way to make it more interesting. The character's name is Rue's little sister, Euphoria, JKHG. Everyone has earlobes, Jordan. Or wait, what was that for? Oh, yes, I know everyone has earlobes, but I guess like the long, what you call it, like the ear gauges. That's what I meant to say. The ear gauges that are like gone. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but Ishnu has like really low, like the top right ear. He's got a giant hole here where an ear gauge used to be. You know what else is fun about child boxers? I can give everyone like really different eye color too. Like one thing I noticed about a lot of black characters in media is they'll tend to just give everyone brown eyes because I think a lot of black people tend to have brown eyes, like myself. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna switch it up. So like Ishnu has green eyes, Atana has blue eyes, I think Kayla has green eyes, so it's just a lot of fun to be able to do that. Okay, this is starting to look a lot better. Oh shoot, I should probably save this, shouldn't I? Let's do this. Let's go do concept art, character prompts, stream. There we go. All right. So I think this one's actually at a decent spot for now. Ishnu hits Javen. All right. So let's do another one. Okay. So we had a training session with Javen and Asim. I actually am pretty excited about that one. So let's move to that. Doesn't matter. It's in the past. Sonnet18 says, hey, Jordan, it's been a while since I've caught one of your live streams. What's up, Sonnet18? Thank you for coming on. We're just talking about Shadowboxer stuff. I don't know if you saw, but the last live stream I did, live stream number 50, we revealed a lot of Shadowboxer secrets, stuff I've never mentioned anywhere, not on Instagram, not on my website, or anything like that. It's been secret up until now. So if you want to check that out, please do. He better be careful when he's swinging that staff. He might loop it into his ears. Oh my gosh. What kind of... Dang, that's kind of violent. I don't think we'll have an issue. He's a master. He's a master at his craft. Plus, he can manipulate plants. So if something does happen, he could just change it up. My tribe and a few others used to do that ear thing. I don't know why, though. Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons different cultures do it, because it's not just Africans who do it. Like I've seen it in Asia. And I've seen it in like Mayan cultures and stuff. They do something similar. So, yeah. Speaking of which, what tribe are you from, Mark? If I can ask. Nice. I'm going to have to check it out. Yes, please check it out. It's a lot of fun, and you get to meet my crew members, Kathy and Megan. They're both on the stream. Say what's up, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got distracted. Let's get Neo and Morpheus. All right. So, how do we want to do this? Oh, I kind of like this right here. Or even this. Oh, wait. That last one. Darn it. It was a good kicking one. Hold up. This. That's a cool shot. I could see Neo being Javen, Morpheus being Asim. Yeah, we're doing this. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. All right. Let's see what we can come up with. So Asim, first of all, is significantly taller than his son. I would say Javen's top of Javen's fro is about the bottom of his nose. So we're going to have a height difference of like here. So Javen's got to get a high kick, real high kick. Switch that. One of my favorite lines in The Matrix, in this scene in particular, is when Morpheus goes like, come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me. It's great. Such a good movie. Who here has not seen The Matrix? Who here has not seen it? One of my favorite art books, it's at my mom's house. I have to get it from her, but it's The Art of the Matrix. And they have the original screenplay, and they have all the concept art from the film, and the drawings are immaculate. And they also basically made a comic of the entire film. So that's one of the reasons I think it looks so good, is because they had the whole thing planned out. It's phenomenal. And yes, I'm aware of the controversy about the idea being stolen and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into it, because honestly, I haven't researched it enough, although I do know the controversy exists. But yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to not have Asim in his traditional white robe. That's more ceremonial garb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this other design that I did for him. It's actually not quite a whole new design, but it's sort of, what do you call it? It's like right next to it. So he's got this outfit for when he's not wearing his robe like that. So I'm going to put him in this outfit here. So you guys want to know something wild? Remember how before I was having really bad issues with streaming with Photoshop and all that stuff? And there's all the issues like, oh, you gotta stop using Google Chrome and all that. So I have almost 50 tabs open on Google Chrome right now. Most of them are YouTube videos, and this thing is running fine. I'm so thankful I got a new computer. I'm like, this is great. This is how it should be. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see. Tribe name is Kukuyu. Interesting. I'll out myself. I've only seen the first 15 minutes. Kathy, we have to fix that. We have to fix it. I've never seen it. It's the only movie I've ever fallen asleep to trying to watch. Oh my gosh. What? How is that even possible? I have not seen it because I was told it was too violent. There's a lot of violence in there. It's not like a bloody movie necessarily, I don't think. I don't remember there being a ton of blood. But there is a lot of action and fighting. Same, Kathy. I got to the part where they were trying to get a metal bug thing out of Neo. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's it. Okay, I will admit that scene's creepy, but it only happens in that one scene. You never see it again. So yeah, I really like the blue you chose for his shirt. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I wanted to do something a little bit more simple for him. So yeah, he's just kind of chilling. I'm not saying he's gonna dress like that every single time, but this is sort of like his look for when he's not being all ceremonial and stuff. Because I think I told you guys the first episode of Shadowboxers outside of the Cypher series is the Festival of Lights. And it's this big event that has to do with the celebration of their history and of the Shadowboxers and everything. And so as the leader, he kind of has this visible authority that he shows when wearing that robe. I know that sentence didn't make a whole lot of sense because I'm kind of like thinking and drawing at the same time. It's tougher than it looks, guys. It's tougher than it looks. All right, so there we go. I think Asim's probably more buff than this, so let's bulk him up. Let's make it so that he's drinking his protein shakes. His legs are definitely going to be a little bit more bulky than that. He's going to have bigger feet for sure. Okay, and then his hand here. Let's just do his hair. Someone said that Asim looks like me, and that wasn't intentional if he does. It really wasn't. I actually based it. You know who I based Asim off of, visually speaking, was Lawrence Fishburne in the movie Boys in the Hood. Actually, I would say a lot of the character was based off of that. Furious Styles, that was his name. If any of you guys know this character, really solid depiction of black male fatherhood, especially in the early 90s. And he's just like that dad who's just fully masculine, but not in a way that, not the toxic masculine way that people talk about today, but he's just genuinely a really strong authority figure. And he basically plays dad to like the whole community. So really, really loved him in that. And that's kind of who I based his look off of. And then I just grew his hair out a little bit, give him some similarities to Javen. Plus, it's fun to draw afros. Afros are fun. Gotta give him his nice beard, of course. This dude's totally using like the nicest beard oil that Nahara has to offer. He's totally using that. Probably smiling a bit. Still looks a little on the thin side, so let's stretch him out just a bit. Might have to pull those legs in. It actually doesn't look too bad right here. Let's do that. Solid stance. Okay. I was unaware there are heathens on the stream. Have you not seen The Matrix? Said by someone who's never seen Jurassic Park or Jaws or E.T. or FMA. You know what, Mark? The only movie I have seen or only things I have seen out of the list is E.T. and that was a long time ago. I don't even really remember it. So you and I, we're the same, man. We're the same. Sorry, Mark. I was in my Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings phase when they came out. I was always a Harry Potter kid. Never saw Lord of the Rings until like a year or two ago, and I only saw the first two movies. I call Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus and everything. Hey, look, Morpheus in Blackish. That's a strong earthbending stance. Does that count as this right here? I guess it is technically a strong earthbending stance. Can't help it if he needs to ground himself. All right, let's do Javen. I think I can show a little bit more of his face in this. How do I get the right size? I don't want to make him too small or anything. But Javen is significantly smaller than his dad. Let's actually move this up. More actiony, more angles. And then his foot will be like here. And then this is all kind of going in perspective right here. That overlap. Or maybe, maybe I should reverse Javen so we could see his face actually. And I have this be his other foot, but it's behind him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So, I guess all I have to do is actually this. Just reverse that. I watched Lord of the Rings when it first came out, but only understood most of it last year after a rewatch. So before anyone gets angry at me in the comments for only having seen Lord of the Rings like a year ago or 2 years ago, the reason was not because I didn't want to see it. It was because every time I saw or went to someone's house who had it, I'd be like, yo, let's watch it. I heard it was really good. And they're like, oh yeah, it's like the best movie ever, but we're not going to watch it. We're going to play video games every single time. And I just eventually lost interest. And I was like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I heard they're like, oh, it's too long. And I'm like, okay, well, fine. It's too long, you say. It's too long. Let me see. Let's just put Kung Fu Kick. Here we go. This is basically what Javen's doing, but in reverse. Matter of fact, let's take this and flip it. All right, because of this, yeah, let's give Javen some more dexterity. Let's get him sideways. Let's push his head. And that leg is definitely too long, but we can slide him over. Actually, you know what I need to do? they're going to be using their powers. So what we're going to do, I'm actually going to back him up. Let me move some of this stuff. Okay, is there a way to just touch this and automatically have it selected? Because I don't want to have to search for all these layers. It's kind of annoying. It is like 45 hours long. Yeah, it's pretty long. It's pretty long. I was actually on TikTok, like I think it was last night, and they were talking about the longest movies ever. There was one film that apparently is like 35 hours long or something. Or no, wait, no. I'm underdoing that. Hold on. Because they had like a 5-week film festival. It definitely couldn't have been that. The longest film ever made. Let me see. Was it Logistics? Maybe that was it. I wouldn't. This one, yeah. So whatever that says. Oh well, I guess it was 21 hours. Yeah. Anyway, pretty ridiculous. I would not be able to sit through that. Who here would sit through a 21-hour movie? These people clearly don't know the power of editing. It's around 11 hours where all the Avatar is like 24 hours. All right, I guess that's another drink. But yeah, you're right. The entire series of that show is about 24 hours. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd be miserable. All right, so let's bring Javen back a little bit. He's going to be using his powers on him. So let's make a seam just a bit bigger. And then a seam will block it using his abilities later on. But yeah, that's one thing I have to constantly remind myself of whenever I'm drawing action scenes is to separate the characters, because we're so used to seeing characters just punching each other and stuff. And I'm sure there will be characters who punch each other in Shadowboxers, but most of the time I think they would just use their abilities. It's sort of like in Harry Potter, you know, it's like, why punch someone when you can just use your powers? Except for that one time Hermione got Malfoy like really square in the nose. That was pretty awesome. I think that's when my childhood crush of Emma Watson began, was from that movie. I think I was 9 when it came out, Prisoner of Azkaban. I feel like I have a drawing of Javen that's a lot like this already. Should Javen be in some sort of training outfit? What do you guys think? Training outfit or regular clothes for Javen? I don't know. Logistics just sounds like a long film. Yeah, 21-hour movie is a good example. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. I agree wholeheartedly. It's okay. You are forgiven. It's not for everyone. That is the sweetest thing ever, because most people will be like, we shun you. We shun you for life. It only made sense to me when I serialized the movie. Watching it in the beginning, it was difficult to patch up the story when the previous part was 2 or 3 years ago. Amanda says training clothes. All right, we'll do training clothes. And let me switch up the song. Yes, training clothes. I don't know what that would look like. I would have to design training clothes for the Shadowboxers crew, because I mean, it could look like a gi, I guess, like in like karate or martial arts. But Mark, maybe you can help out. Is there a certain like African style of like martial arts that are like certain clothing style they have? Let me see, African martial arts. So I know some of them, they're just kind of not wearing shirts. But I had the same with Harry Potter. Much more enjoyable when the story flowed. Yeah, it's always better when the story just kind of matches up and you can see everything clearly. Okay, this is Dambe. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. This looks brutal. This looks like the most brutal thing ever. But I do like these pants. They're kind of like going to the calf. I think we could definitely do that. I guess I could have Javen training without a shirt or at least a tank top or something. He looks cool. I don't know who he is, but he looks cool. Let me see. There's another thing I was just thinking of that could work. Oh, capoeira. Let's see. Because that's actually the fighting style that I'm basing Javen's abilities off of. So maybe he'll look like this. I actually do have a drawing where he's got this kind of belt rope thing. I don't know what it's called exactly, but maybe we'll just do that. Maybe I'll give him that with maybe something like this. Most African fight wear is similar to sumo wrestlers. Okay, that's good to know. What about the chibis you drew a while back? What with the white fits? Yeah, I think that you're right, Kathy. I think that's what it's going to have to be. Where is that? Is it with chibi? I think it's here. Yeah, you're right. So I did based off of capoeira. Basically, I gave him a white shirt. I gave him pants that had a trim at the bottom here with the color that they use, and he's got his training gloves on. So we'll do it that way. We'll do that. Sweet. All right. Move that to the side. By the way, guys, this is one of the stickers on the website, with the exception of his clothes. I updated his clothes right here for his modern look, but you can get this sticker if you like. So yeah. And lots of chalk. Okay. True. I watched Lord of the Rings in theaters when I was 11. I was with all my cousins and I never even heard Lord of the Rings before, and I was shooketh. Never had seen anything like it in my life. I will say this. I think the world of Lord of the Rings is highly impressive. I think it's amazing that, like, every time I hear like people talk about it, they're like, yeah, he did create his own language and did all this stuff. I'm like, that is phenomenal. I don't know if I would be able to do that. First off, I only speak one language, and sometimes I struggle with that, but not that much. But me trying to create my own language is a hassle. So I would not even want to entertain the thought. Okay, so let's get Javen. Let me see. I think I can have them kind of smirking or smiling a bit, just showing that they're having a fun fight, you know? Like, I got you now, old guy. Get that center line just right. It's crazy. I don't even like need a character sheet anymore to draw Javen. He's so seared into my mind. Definitely my favorite character to draw. Probably because he reminds me of me in some alternate universe or something. Probably because I've been a 15-year-old boy before, honestly. Although he was way cooler than I was at 15. Way cooler. Who here would identify themselves as being really cool at 15 years old? Anybody? I'm very curious. think I can make his nose just a bit longer. Let's trim this down. There we go. Okay, let's get that straight, and then we're going to get this to bend here. Oh, I missed a lot. Jared Tolkien created 15 languages alone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, thank you. I thought it was just one. From what I understand, the guy invented high fantasy as we know it now, like the nature-oriented regal elves comes from that. That's what I've heard too. Really insane. At least I'm going for the practical approach now. My characters speak real world languages. That's what I would do. Jordan, don't call Asim old. You are closer to his age now than Javen's, right? First off, black don't crack. Second of all, the old man thing, that was a term my dad would use with me, actually. He would call me old man all the time. Let me see. I think I'm actually directly in the middle of Javen and Asim. Wait, I need to check my document. How old is Asim supposed to be? Hold on. No, I'm closer to Javen's age. I'm still closer to Javen. I have Asim as 45 years old. We have an entire shelf on the bookshelf dedicated to Tolkien, really. I do not doubt it. Especially knowing who your husband is. I don't doubt it. VHS tapes were our best friend in movies syndicated on TV. I remember VHS tapes. Yes. Hello, can't stay long, but wanted to say hi. Hello, Seven Angelic. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I was not cool at 15, just extremely awkward and in my goth phase. Ah, yes. I didn't have a goth phase, but I was also extremely awkward. Say, Megan, I'm working on getting all the first American edition first prints of all the books. Wow. And of course, sailing the seven seas. If you know, you know. I don't. And I don't think anyone felt cool at 15, even if they were. I think it depends. Like, I bet Michael Jackson felt pretty cool at 15 on some level. Or maybe not. He was actually very insecure. But he looked cool. He looked so cool. For having an incredible imagination at the age of 15 would be cool. And then you got the laughing. Yeah. Yeah, I was not cool at 15. I just was not. Okay, wait a second. This is not looking the way I want to. I think I shortened his torso too much. Yeah, his torso's too small. Let's change this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so he's going to have the high pants here. Wait, where should I have the straight edge? I think the straight edge should be here. Nice and powerful. Yeah, there we go. Javen doesn't have a lot of muscle. He's still a youngin'. I gotta make his arms nice and thin. Thin. Okay. Don't like how this is looking right now. Let's okay, and then I'm gonna have this necklace right here. All right. Let's get his foot. Bam. Hiya. 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 All right, then let's give him his sleeves. Javen blue right here. And again, these are just going to be sketches for today, guys, because This stream is about ideating, and then later on we can come in and clean these up. Who knows? I might sell these as prints if they come out really well. We shall see. By the way, I do plan on making prints for shadow.boxers. I just want to make sure the images I have are, worthy of being sold. Especially because I want you guys to be able to hang it on your wall or gift it to somebody or whatever. So until then, I hope you guys enjoy the shirts and stickers and all that. Quick question, Jordan. Are powers genetic in your world? If so, I can't wait to see the reason why Asim can't save himself from whatever. How much do I want to say? Short answer, yes, they are genetic, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. I don't want to say much more, but it's more than just having genetics, and it's more than just training. There's other elements to it. Megan and Kathy are like, So they know. This is actually one of the questions that I was debating with myself. Should I tell them? And thankfully your question is vague enough where I think get away with actually saying something. But if I tell you much more, it's going to ruin it. So yeah. And I think you'll enjoy the reason why Asim has an issue saving himself. I've thought that through because one of the things that I've always kind of struggled with is whenever characters have abilities, and it's like, and you're absolutely right. It's like, why would they have issues if they have powers? Although to be fair, even characters like Iron Man, or like I said, doesn't have powers technically, but even a character like an Iron Man or Hulk or whatever, like they face bad guys all the time. They get their butts handed to them, but why is it that Asim has a hard time? Well, that will be answered. Okay. Put Asim in this outfit right here. Training with the Champion. Oh, that's actually not a bad title. Training with the Champion. I like that. Or Training with the Champ. Yeah. Let's get them both smiling. This will make a good Father's Day image. I got quite a while till June, so yeah, we'll have to make sure that happens. And then Javen's powers. I'll figure out how that looks later on. What can I do here? I'm trying to think of abilities I can give Asim right now, like which color I want to use for him. I'll think about it later. I'll figure it out. All right, there we go. I think that's good enough. Asim and Javen. And then let's take the Ishnu one. All right, what were some of the other ones? I think we have one with Kayla and Ishnu, right? We did. So let's do that. Let's do that one. That one sounds fun. And they're just chilling. How could I have them chilling? Okay, I have an idea. Let's have something like this. Let's have Ishnu chilling with his feet hanging out. I'm definitely going to have to get a reference for this. Yeah, this leg is going to be awkward angle. Megan, keep your secrets, Frodo said to Gandalf. Kathy, you too. Trust and believe, Mark. Yes, trust and believe. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And by the way the powers work will be revealed incredibly quickly. So you don't have to worry about that like in the story. It'd actually be very difficult to understand this world if I didn't explain it. So you won't have to wait very long. Okay. So we'll give that to Ishnu. Let's tilt his head up just a little bit. And let's give him a smoothie with a giant straw. He's actually the type who I think would drink straight out of a coconut. So let's give him that. Let's give him a coconut. And then I guess I didn't really think this all the way through. I'm thinking about Kayla now. I'm thinking about Kayla being upside down. And she's drinking out the smoothie on the floor. She probably need to be a bit bigger and higher up. Because she got a hoverboard, so she can do this. Anyway, if Javen was an ATLA, what bender would he be? That's actually a good question. That's a really good question. What bender would he be? I think he'd be a firebender. Based on his personality, I think he'd be a firebender. Although it's tricky because you know what? I take it back. He'd be a waterbender, but he'd have the personality or like the aggressiveness of not quite Korra, but he's more aggressive. I think Korra is like pushing the envelope a bit when it comes to that. But yeah, I think he would be a waterbender. Let's see. Can he have a silly straw? Can they both have silly straws? Yes, they can both have silly straws. Are you kidding? Yes. Where are the trolls today? I don't know where the trolls are, but maybe they saw this was a special stream and or last week was a special stream and they're like, ooh, let's just go for it. I don't really care because it boosted up my live stream. It's actually one of the most viewed streams I've done on this channel. So I was like, thanks guys. That was cool. So yeah. But you know what? It means that I'm going far. It means I'm going further than I thought. So it's excellent. It's excellent for me. Let's add those silly straws. I haven't used a silly straw in a long time. How they look? Silly straw. Oh, okay. They can be in literally any shape. Okay, cool. Easy enough. I'll clean that up later on. Again, this leg right here is really bothering me. Have Kayla's arms like this. I made her way too short. I don't think those are the proper proportions for her. But it's still fun. It's still fun. Okay. Ishnu can have like a little bed or something, like a little mat. Yeah. Honestly, they could just be chilling at the beach or something in this. But I think this can make a fun illustration. What do you guys think? We can have. How could I give them their powers? Well, we can always have this right here, just stuff flowing. But what else can I do? Should probably do this. Give Kayla a little bit of a shadow right here. Actually, we should move this down. Give her a super long bendy straw. Gonna head out a bit early, folks. Great stream join. If anyone hasn't liked, please do. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you for coming on the stream as always. And yeah, we'll talk soon. And yes, please, everyone who hasn't liked the video, please like the video because that will make me feel better about myself. All right. It means you must have Megan and Kathy on the stream more. Yes, that is, I think, gonna have to be the case. That warmed my heart. Yeah, you know what? If Megan and Kathy want to be on the stream more and you guys want to see them more, then I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, we've been talking about ways we can incorporate some more combination video streams, like having 2 of us or 3 of us draw on stream at the same time. Sort of like how Art Prof does it. You know, that's very much possible with us. So if that's something you guys want to see, we can arrange that. We can arrange that. All right, so Ishnu here is going to be peaceful. So let's see. Might have to do this. His ear. I'm sorry, not his ear, his nose. The anatomy professor doesn't know the difference between an ear and a nose. That's pathetic, isn't it? By the way, guys, we do have a Discord link in the description below. If you have not joined, please do so. We're just starting out, so there's not a whole bunch of stuff in there, but you guys can be among the first in the Joe McFo fam community. And honestly, most of the time we're going to be talking about Shadowboxer stuff, but I just figure in case I do something that's outside of Shadowboxers one day, we could always do that. I don't know when that would ever happen, but in case I come up with, new projects and stuff, you guys want to hear updates about my lack of pets or something, whatever. But we'll see. I might get a pet one day. How can we make this? I'm still trying to figure out how to get Ishnu's powers involved in this with his plants and stuff. I don't want to just have a whole coconut tree drawn right here. Or though maybe I'll have a small one. Maybe I'll just have a tiny little coconut tree that he made himself with the light powers like this. Yeah, you do that. How do coconut trees actually look? Okay, so let's give him branches. Let's give some branches. Wrong brush. Wouldn't that be convenient if you could just grow your own little mini tree whenever you were thirsty or hungry? My boy Ishnu is chilling. Okay. There we go. So again, these sketches are not meant to be like perfect anatomically speaking. I would go back in here and I'd really clean it up. I'd make sure I count how many heads tall these guys were and make sure the perspective was accurate. But this is really just to get the idea down based on your guys' character prompts, you know? So we done some good ones so far. We got the Asim and Javen training session. We got Ishnu whacking Javen on top of the head. And now we got Ishnu and Kayla chilling, drinking some coconut. You know? So what more could you want? His eyebrows are way thicker than this. Let's there needs to be a day where I draw Ishnu with like his eyebrows like thinned for some reason, like someone was pranking him. I think that'd be hilarious. Because these bad boys, I mean, look at that. Proportions are a little off in the face, but it's okay. Let's scale the head slightly differently. Such a good Ishnu expression. Thanks, Cappy. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. I just realized I gotta start drawing Ishnu from other angles. I always draw him from this side. I think it's because I'm left-handed, and I just have a preference of drawing characters facing this direction, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, guys. A little tired today. I tend to get up very early in the morning, like 5 something, and daylight savings didn't really adjust that too much. I still got up real early today. And I even took a nap, but I don't think that changed much either. But it's okay. It's quite all right. Quite all right. That needs to be bigger, that foot. Don't want to look like he's kicking himself. That ought to be all right. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to go in and really make sure these proportions are accurate. And I probably need to get some photo reference. I'll probably have to take some of myself or someone else doing this. And then we'll give him his bendy straw. Yeah, his legs are way too short. Neftali says, I didn't know you were left-handed. Yep, I was always left-handed. Except, actually, no, I take that back. Apparently, when I was little, like 5 years old, kindergarten era, I've had school, what do they call that? Report cards that came back saying I would switch hands often. Like I would write with my right hand and I would also write with my left hand. Apparently, I favored the left more, but I wish I would have kept it up. I didn't even know that I did that until my mom told me years later. I was like, dang, I could have been ambidextrous. I could have been like flowing through, some of this artwork, because sometimes your hand cramps up and you just need a break. But sometimes it's just like, man, if I could draw with the other hand. Realistically, I probably could if I really trained myself to do it. It's just the muscle memory aspect of it all, I think. I actually did have a teacher one time who trained himself how to write with his opposite hand, and he tied up his dominant hand for like a year. Like he didn't use it to wash dishes or drive or anything. And he showed us he was able to draw with both hands like the same. Now, granted, I don't remember if those drawings were any good, but they were consistent. That counts for something, I guess, right? I'm a lefty too. Gotta love southpaws. Hey, lefties in the house. Who else in here is left-handed? I'm curious. I'm curious. Curious. All right, so this one's going to be interesting because Kayla's going to be drawn from this strange angle. So let's see how well we do. I think this is probably going to be the last drawing of the evening, realistically. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Well, we're at the 30-minute mark for the 2-hour stream. I'm trying to cut it to just 2 hours per stream. Before I know I would do 2.5 hours and everyone would get tired and want to bounce. So I'm like, you know what? I could save myself 30 minutes. I could always make more streams, So unless you guys say otherwise, we'll just leave my streams at 2 hours from now on or less. And if I ever do get the time in my schedule to do more streams during the week, I will definitely leave that open because I like hanging out with y'all. I like that we can just sit and talk and nerd out about all the fandoms that we like, and I can throw out hints about shadow.boxers and stuff. So yeah, I find it really fun. Okay, so we got this. Okay, let's say the feet go here. Shoes can be like this. Let's get the hoverboard out. Okay, I think I might need an actual reference of how that's going to look. Where's my props folder? Here we go. There's our hoverboard. Actually, let's do this. There we are. Honestly, I should not have done what I just did. I have a better idea. I'm gonna show you guys how lazy I am right now. I'm gonna take this, select the hoverboard that I need, and we're just gonna distort it. Let's lower the opacity. Only thing about this particular angle now is how to get it in the right perspective. Let's get that a little smaller. All right, there we go. Obviously, I'd redraw the hoverboard, but at least I got something here. It's fun sharing stories when it's under wraps and being geeky with you, Jordan. Oh, thank you, Neftali. Much appreciated. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to tell you guys more because there's so many things that this world contains. I've been working on it for so many years now, and it's literally taught me how to write and world build. Like I didn't go to a class to learn this stuff or anything. I learned how to do concept art. And I learned how to think more like a creator. But as terms of like writing and story and world building and stuff, I've had to kind of teach myself. And yeah, I actually was thinking, would you guys be curious for me to put out some videos or a course or something where I talk about the way I think about creating a world? I know I don't have an actual comic out right now, although it's being worked on, but I do have this world that is here. So would that be something you guys are interested in at all? What sort of questions would you have for me if you are interested? So I'm just really curious. Oh, snap. We got Janet in the house. Hello, Janet. Thank you for coming on. How is school going? Is it stressing you out? Are you pulling your hair out? Hopefully you have all your hair left. All right, let's see. You actually just missed Megan. She just hopped out maybe like 10 minutes ago. All right, so then let's get this right here. So we get cute round face Kayla. Here, her little nose. And she's just chilling. She's just having a good old time. How would I draw someone drinking through a straw like this? Like puckering almost? Yeah, we'll make sure this cup is in proper perspective when I do the final. It's like midterm season. I'm also trying to get internships, so it's a bit tough, but still designing. Hey, you know what? Life is tough. Life is tough, but you're strong enough to get through it. You can do it. Trust me, I know how midterm season is. I have been through it. in college, in grad school, and as a professor. I totally get midterm season is wild. So you have my sympathy, my friend. Maybe she looks a little creepy with her eyes like that. Let's get her to look more like Kayla. Can we do that? Maybe if I give her a hair, that would help. And I also think it's probably a little wide. So let's give her a slightly thinner head. Drawing is redrawing, guys. Oh, there we go. That's much better. I don't know how she's able to do this. Drink upside down like that, but she's able to do it. And then, oh, her jacket. Let's get her jacket in here. I also prefer my design assignments more than other assignments, so I tend to procrastinate my other stuff more and take too long on design stuff, but it's fun. We all have our favorites. I know I've done that many times. She can do it because of her strong esophageal muscles. Is that how you say it? Esophageal muscles. Yeah, I'd throw up. Yeah, you know what? She's 12. She can get away with stuff like that, I think that's legitimately reasonable. Because I'm pretty sure I've eaten snacks upside down before as a kid. As a grown up, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Kids are hilarious to me. Yeah, these legs are definitely a little on the small side. Let's see if we can size them up. Yeah, like proportions definitely have to be something that's adjusted in this drawing in particular, because not only do I have to figure out her proportions, but I have to figure out them out in comparison to Ishnu. And oh shoot, they're on the same layer, huh? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Probably make this a little less ridiculous. Let's see. Do I like this? Okay, got her backpack here. Let's give her little stripes that are on her leggings. Okay, and then just a little bit of a design on her arms here. You can thicken that up. Her arms don't need to be that thin. Give it a little bit of a taper. I think the hands feel like the right size though. Have you ever used InDesign before? I have. I've used it several times. I'm not fluent in InDesign, and it's probably I don't use it a lot at all, but I do. I have used it. I just learned it this semester for graphic design and typography, and in my opinion, it's so much more confusing than Illustrator. Kathy, maybe you can jump in on this because you use InDesign relatively often. So, what do you think? Do you think it's more confusing than Illustrator? One thing I will say that upsets me about InDesign is the way you pick colors in there is not helpful. It is different than every other Adobe program that I've used. To be fair, that's only Illustrator and Photoshop, and it's just really aggravating. And especially when I do stuff that's related to, concept art related stuff, like I might want to have my text a certain color that mimics my work. And, or I might just want to simply color pick a little bit easier. Like that stuff is just kind of irritating. All right, let's do a light fill. Kayla's hair right here. All right. So there we have it. I'm going to leave the hoverboard just like it is for right now. I'll do it later on. Let me catch up on these comments. InDesign is confusing. InDesign is definitely more robust. You can do some wild stuff in there. Personally, Illustrator is still my favorite Adobe program. Yeah, Photoshop is mine, but I'm slowly starting to become a Clip Studio fan. Well, I've already been a fan, but it's starting to become more usable. I do like the painting system better in Photoshop, though. I don't think I would do a painting in Clip Studio yet, but that could just be because I haven't really tried it. But just the way the brushes feel, I imagine it would probably be different. But here, guys, let's check out what we got. So we have Kayla and Ishnu. They are drinking a smoothie, chilling, and apparently Ishnu grew this tree himself in about 4 seconds. And then we got Asim and Javen doing a little fight session. And then we did, Ishnu whacking Javen over the head. Now, obviously, these were really quick sketches. I plan to work on them more. These were just kind of fun illustrations. I wanted to see if you guys wanted to see something with their abilities and stuff like that since we did the 50th. But I will definitely continue these, and I will definitely continue doing more story-related streams and world-building streams, whatever you guys want. But before I go, I know some of you guys came on a little late, so I did want to just remind you all of this. The Shadow.boxers store, and actually, first off, the Shadow.boxers website is here. You can find the link to it in the description below. It's just shadow-boxers.com, and it has some story stuff. It's got all the characters that are going to be in here, at least for season 1. And if you go to shop here, we got some merch. Some of you guys have already ordered things. I know a couple of people who have ordered stickers and shirts and water bottles and stuff. So thank you all so much for your support. And we updated this store just before the stream started. So we got a Javen shirt right here. We have a Kayla shirt that's brand new with her using her hoverboard. And then we got an Ishnu shirt right here, him using his powers. And they all come in different colors, by the way. And then we also got an Aletha mask t-shirt. So if you guys want to support the Shadow.boxers and the project that we're building, please support the store or tell your friends. Please like and share the video if you haven't already. And yeah, you guys are super awesome. I appreciate you all. And I will see you next week. Peace.